Do you mean test? Are we good? Are we all good?
Yep.
Okay, nice job,
recorded.
Dave.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's all happening.
Okay, so I found Credo Foods because in it, along with our healthy food CPG mission that we're on to find companies in this space, I found you do plant-based dips. My wife is not only gluten-free, but is
Lactose intolerant.
Is lactose intolerant. So like the concept of a plant-based queso to me seemed amazing. I just assumed it would taste like junk. Okay, so like obviously we just tasted it outside. It is far from junk. I'm blown away. It does not only taste like queso,
It's actually a good queso.
It's a good queso. It's a really good queso, right?
It's the exact opposite. I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, some kind of like vegetable juice.
And like this is taste specific, but the event manager, the green one, is taste specific.
Oh, I like this one.
The event manager preferred that over that, which is.
And I'm the opposite. I like the original.
So I like the original for sure. I don't mind that.
He says he likes it though.
No, I do.
went
I
into
do.
this
You were
saying,
literally 15
"There's
minutes
no
ago
way."
saying there's no way you're going to taste
No,
this.
I said it's not queso.
No, but you also said I'm not tasting this.
Yeah.
I am not tasting it.
I don't think I said that. I think
You did say that. Anyway, so congrats. You made a
Thank
great
you.
product, okay? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't done much research on the space. I don't know if there's another one of these out there that's
Sure.
just as good. You could tell me.
Yeah, well, so we thought the same thing. So me and my wife both went plant-based a year and a half ago. And, I grew up in South Texas and Laredo, Texas, so grew up on a diet full of fajitas and then moved to Austin about 18 years ago and grew up and just ate lots of barbecue, queso, and that was what my diet consisted of. And
We eat tons of barbecue.
I was known as the barbecue guy in my last company. So when I told people that I was going to actually switch to more of a plant-based predominant diet, nobody thought that that would be something that lasted. And I think, we did it mostly for health reasons primarily. And when me and my wife both went plant-based, we kind of went into the market and were looking for alternatives to favorites that we had, things like queso. And, we kind of had the same experience that you guys had, perception-wise, which was going into it. We expected everything to taste like dog shit, and it did. And so, one of the hardest things was not really for me and my wife to go plant-based, but we had a two-year-old daughter at the house whose favorite food was mac and cheese and a bunch of dairy products. And so Madeline, who's my wife and co-founder, was determined to make a version that was going to be good and that our daughter would actually prefer. But that also wasn't processed and full of oils and crap. And so she wanted to do, there are other kind of what I would say dairy-free products that are out there that are just fully processed and actually worse for you than the dairy alternative, the dairy version. So I think for us, we were actually just trying to solve a problem for our daughter. It wasn't really trying to start a company. It just kind of happened that I was actually ready to go start a tech company. And I came home one day and my wife stuck a mac and cheese spoon in my mouth. And I said, holy crap, that's 100 times better than everything that we've tasted at the grocery store. This is going to be huge. And so
she just whipped this up.
So yeah, she had probably worked on a few different versions, literally just trying to solve a problem for our daughter, which was like, I want to make a healthier, better tasting mac and cheese than, the stuff that we're buying at the store. And I remember the first time we tried it, she stuck it in my mouth. I was blown away. And, she had some leftover, mac and cheese sauce in the fridge. And I found myself going and heating it up and eating it with chips. I was like, this is queso.
So I wasn't even thinking, plant-based dips.
Yep.
But you could do a mac and cheese version
Absolutely.
of that. Does that
100%.
exist?
So that exists today, but we have it for food service only right now.
No, I mean, do other people make a plant-based?
They make a plant-based mac and cheese that comes in a box, and so there's nothing that's a fresh version of that. Okay. And that's what we actually have a version of that that's specific towards food service, so for restaurants to use.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I mentioned to you, like, I own a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I think I might want to start serving that at my restaurant.
That'd be awesome.
It's that good. I think it might be as good or better than our normal queso that we serve. Quite
That's
honestly.
awesome.
That's
And we would be the
it's
first.
actually amazing. And you were saying that you're going to be in a queso taste-off competition?
Yes, there's a Queso Off happening here in Austin in July, and so we're actually there's multiple categories, and we're going to see if we can submit to an actual dairy category as well, because we think that there's versions that
actually be
that it
a
can compete.
cheese-based queso.
Right.
Yeah.
And our
Can
goal.
you call it queso?
We
it
can call it a
queso?
cashew queso. So like there's a lot of regulations around what you can call a cheese. So we have to be specific and call it that this is a cashew queso.
I'm so happy that you're developing like a restaurant-friendly product, because I think what people are realizing now with Beyond Meat and with Impossible Foods is that it's not just about selling the stuff on the shelf.
Right.
They have a massive market of restaurant business now.
100%.
And that is a restaurant product, right? Like that's a huge restaurant draw, I think, to be able to offer that. In Mexico, we're Texas, right? We got 8,000 Mexican restaurants in the city alone, right?
Yeah, I mean that's been our mindset too, which is they complement each other, and I think the only difference that I see between Beyond and Impossible is that Beyond went both grocery and food service, and I think there's a reason why they grew so much faster, and I think Impossible's now trying to catch up and trying to get into.
They're Burger King, so they're catching up.
Yeah, well, Impossible's done a fantastic job in food service, and I think they're starting to come out.
So we serve the Impossible Burger at my restaurant.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we just switched a few months ago.
Their 2.0 is delicious.
Yeah. We did a
Is
taste
that what I
test.
tried? Because I was not.
You did not
a
like the
fan of
Impossible.
You do not like Impossible. They're just different variations. We're not going to get into this whole fight again. Or Impossible versus Beyond
So
Meat.
is the restaurant all? I mean, I'm assuming that it's a
No.
broad-based menu.
Oh, it's an option. Yeah, to order
totally.
the Impossible Burger.
Right.
Yeah, we have regular burgers too.
Sure.
Hang on one sec. I want to switch where this camera is. Okay. It's bugging me because you're looking away from it.
Oh, did my thing break on that? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
It's okay. We've all broken away.
Yeah. Wait, but that was looking at you before.
No, this was you.
Oh, that
This
was
your
okay,
camera.
gotcha.
Dark. Hang on. Sorry.
Okay, so you have a plan to continue down kind of the CPG brick and mortar stores, as well as maybe you do have an e-commerce plan as well?
Yeah, we've launched e-commerce as well.
Is anyone ordering it?
Yeah, people are ordering. I mean, so one of the things that we haven't kind of gone into the details of our kind of strategy, but in my last company, we built audiences for big media brands, and so coming off of that, I think we knew it was going to be important to have this notion of audience meets a good product, and so we spent a lot of time even before the launch of the actual product. The moment that we said this is going to be a business, we started building out pages on Instagram around plant-based lifestyle.
Great.
And so we've built an audience now of over 600,000 followers on Instagram.
Out of here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you
All
kidding me?
organically, yep. Yeah. And
How long did that take?
a year and a half, a little over.
Get
yeah.
out of here.
Sure.
That is amazing.
And so now you don't want to
Yeah.
like hammer them with queso ads.
Correct.
Right?
No,
It's
no.
like you
The
just-
goal is not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
so
pages
you
are.
have to like walk a thin line. of-
Is
Is this under the Credo Foods?
No, it's not. Like we didn't even know what the brand was going to be at that
Okay.
point. So what we wanted to do was just build audience around different subsections within the kind of plant-based community. So that's everything from food that's chef-inspired to restaurant-specific pages to just information around the benefits of a plant-based lifestyle. Because I think so much of why people are starting to go plant-based, where we see the trends going, is because plant-based has just been proven to be better for your health. It's kinder to the environment, and so I think people are starting to recognize that a meat-centric diet doesn't really scale worldwide. Like the fact that countries like India and China are starting to get richer as countries and demanding more animal-based products.
doesn't scale.
It doesn't scale. Like the world is going towards lab-grown meat and Impossible and beyond foods, and so we see dairy is a real hard thing to accomplish. And all these companies that are going towards plant-based, you're solving multiple problems. You're solving taste, but you're also solving texture and mouthfeel and how does it present. And so those are things that there's still a lot of opportunity for. And so as the world starts to go towards more of a plant-centric diet. We want to be one of the first companies that's solving this problem and how that actually scales towards different applications.
What's your Instagram page?
So our main page is Credo Foods, but we also run Top Vegan Places, which is our page.
Is that the one the 600,000?
That's one of our pages that is centered around basically restaurants that serve vegan options that have so they're not 100% vegan places, but they're either places that serve vegan options or that they're all 100% plant-based restaurants.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. I'm so excited.
And
It's very smart, right? You knew what direction you were going, and so you start building an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you have
And
a
then-
brand, you're building an audience that,
Right.
that you can then talk to.
So have you started to like push a little bit on?
yeah,
those
we've
channels?
started
Yeah.
testing the waters. I mean, it's a fine balance because you want
You
to be
don't want it to be
authentic
all
and you don't want to
cheese.
be, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So, one of the things that we've started doing is just doing giveaways. Like that's been kind of a basic way of getting our brand out there and having our audience get access to actually taste the
Well,
product.
let it be organic.
Organic, yes, exactly. Like the last thing we want to do is, it can't be an advertising based. Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah. And like we've seen a lot of like Instagram pages nowadays start to sell out, quote unquote, where they're just doing a lot of paid placements, and we never built those pages to make money. Like the goal has never been to make money. It's just to get a broader awareness of the plant-based movement, because we're kind of the opinion that just like us, when we went plant-based for the very first time, we went into the grocery store and we bought every single product, and we wanted to decide for ourselves which products were good and which ones were bad. So we know that the more people that go plant-based, the more people that are going to try our products. And so for us, it's more of an education than it is a way for us to just make money on those pages. I mean, it's just a goal to broaden awareness of the plant-based movement, and we're really, I think we're in the very beginning innings of the movement of plant-based. I think more and more people, we don't expect people to go vegan. I think that's kind of like, even though we are vegan, we just look at people as, our market is the reducitarian or the flexitarian, the person who's, subbing out their cow milk for an almond milk. And so we want people to really consider, switching out their queso for a cashew queso.
Yeah, listen to Megatrends in place.
When did this become available, and how's the traction?
Yeah, so I appreciate you asking. So we put it available 2 months ago, and I mean the reception has been really strong.
Is it in grocery stores primarily?
Right now, yeah. So we've launched in Austin, and our first place that we launched was Rabbit Food Grocery Store, which is all vegan grocery store. They accepted our product before we even let them try it. So they're very friendly towards Austin brands since we're local. And so for us, it was really kind of a test bed to see what would be the reception. How would we compete with other plant-based options in an all plant-based grocery store? And so what was interesting was just getting that even small amount of data, and I'm sure you guys have seen with other businesses that even data at small numbers, if you can actually scale that out in a lot of cases. And in our first launch at Rabbit Food, we had 3x'd all of the other dips in our category, and so that was like a really valuable piece of data that we were able to take to other grocery stores, and we've mimic that data at other grocery stores as well. And in a lot of cases, we've gone it live now in 9 other stores, and in most of the cases, we're the only dairy-free dip in any of those stores. So,
I always say not to let my own bias impact too much our thesis when it comes to an investment, but I really do, after just trying this product one time, feel strongly that this is going to have massive consumer adoption, only because I know that people that will test this product at major grocers are going to love it, put it on shelves, and it's just going to catch fire. So I'm really excited right now. This is awesome.
And compared to other packaged queso, like I'm just thinking that jar of whatever that stuff they call cheese
the
is.
processed
Like
cheese.
the idea of buying pre-made queso just doesn't appeal to me to
right.
begin with. This is actually good. This tastes like my homemade queso. It tastes
really does.
like restaurant queso.
And I love, like I said, I think the restaurant piece is really important. And I want to try to get this in a restaurant right away. So you're not in restaurants yet.
not yet.
Yeah.
Like as of next week, we will be in our first restaurant.
Okay, so you've got a way to distribute in bulk. And
So yeah, we knew that food service was going to be a very big focus of ours really early, and so we have this 8-ounce container. It's a 9-ounce container of queso, but we also have a 5-pound food service bag as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And the shelf life on that?
It's 90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
It needs to
Same
be
deal, it's gotta be
refrigerated.
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 to hold it, yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. but it's 90 days from the manufacturing date and about 7 days after it's opened.
Awesome.
And so it's got to be shipped refrigerated. So is that a bigger expense?
Correct.
Well, I guess cheese has to. Well, not the
Yeah,
processed
it's a
cheese.
perishable cheese. Yeah, it's a perishable cheese, so it's definitely a fresh
Right.
product,
Yeah.
and luckily the supply chain is there for
Is-
that.
yeah, okay.
Right now,
So as far as like cost is concerned
Yes.
for a restaurant, like what does it look like versus?
it's cheaper than when we wholesale it to grocery.
Yeah. But I
just
mean, like
because
as far as a restaurant looking to
Yes.
like, is it going to be the same price point?
to the consumer, you're saying, or to
Well, I mean, like, so I do like a processed cheese dip versus yours. What is yours twice as expensive?
So it runs for. We're basically selling it to restaurants for about 33 cents an ounce.
Yeah.
And so it depends on if they're making it in house,
Yeah.
or if you're getting it from a
Okay.
third-party provider. We've heard from other restaurants that some of the queso cheeses that you have to buy are actually pretty expensive and more expensive than just regular cheese. But I'm actually not entirely 100%
You don't know
positive
100%
how much.
what the
yeah.
price per ounce is.
Right.
Okay.
Well, the price per ounce for ours is 33 cents.
yeah, but
I
you
don't
know
know.
what theirs
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
You don't know what brand X is.
I'll find out.
Find
from
out.
our-
Yeah,
from
but
our
we've gotten
channel.
some feedback from a restaurant that we actually spoke to last week that it was actually relatively comparable. But that's, I guess it
That's
depends
like
on
a
what kind of
sample of
cheese.
one,
Yeah,
right, yeah.
exactly.
We need to get them in the rustic too.
For sure.
We just we're investing in the rustic, and they're expanding.
What's the rustic?
Rustic is it's a huge
they're
restaurant,
in
bar,
Austin.
entertainment.
Oh,
venue.
cool.
Dallas, Houston, San Antonio.
Okay.
More locations coming. They're probably one of the biggest restaurant, bar, entertainment concepts.
That's great.
in the state.
That's awesome.
It's like an outdoor version of House of Blues.
Sure,
But
that's
they
awesome.
serve queso's pretty big.
Yeah.
Right.
They serve there. That'd be huge.
Yeah.
So
I see this as a great alternative because I'm not vegan, right?
Totally.
So I,
Yeah.
I view it from a different.
Right.
But if I was lactose intolerant or something
Right.
like that, I'd be like,
Totally.
Why
Well,
not,
and the
right?
other thing too, though, is like a lot of restaurants nowadays they try to have they try to just be different in some way.
Yeah.
So it's just having something that's
that's
culinarily
what I'm
different.
thinking.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So okay, vegan, oil-free, dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free. 25 calories per serving, and this is made of cashew. It's just cashews, right? Is that
It's
what it is?
cashews and vegetables and coconut milk.
Okay.
so soy free. I don't do soy, but like,
Right.
is that a thing? Are people realizing not to do soy? Is that
I think I have no problem with soy personally, but there are a lot of people. There are soy allergies,
Right.
and then there's just a lot of
there
people who
are
try to.
allergies,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is an allergen.
Yeah.
And this one is not cashew. This one is cashews.
It
and
is
also has
cashew-based,
some
correct.
meat substitutes in it as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our first kind of foray into a meat substitute as well, which is it's a pea chorizo that we make in house from pea protein, and so it's actually the same base that Impossible and Beyond use as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
This has to be the healthiest queso in the world,
Yes. Yes.
and it's good. I will just continue to eat it while you guys talk.
Credo. What is that? What does that name? mean?
So Credo is basically a synonym for ethos. So the Credo for us was it basically means the belief, and so for us, our Credo was advocating for a plant-based diet for our environment. We know that I'm gonna say that again, but essentially the impact that an animal-based diet has on the environment is so hard that we know that if you believe that our environment is a limited resource, everything from the water consumption that it takes to feed animals for an animal-based diet to the amount of land needed to graze. A plant-based diet just is such a small portion of the resources needed to create a plant-based product that we knew the sustainability of a plant-based product was incredibly important. And so Credo was sort of putting that, wearing our mission on our sleeve.
And can you scale if you get into a major retailer?
Yeah.
A national retailer. Can you scale this product?
Yeah. So, we are going to be very careful to make sure we can scale and keep quality as high as it is that you're trying right now. And so that's one of the hardest things, I think, for a CPG brand to do. And every piece of feedback that we've gotten from everybody is, grow slower than you want to. Because it's very tempting to say, yes, we want to be in every single store nationwide tomorrow. But it's really hard to maintain consistency in that process. So for us, it's a laddered approach. So I think it's getting our foot in the door with the major retailers, restaurants, and fundamentally it's either scaling up our production capabilities and being able to say know or slowing down before we're ready to do that, or it's finding a co-manufacturer to be able to produce our product for us. And
So are you manufacturing this yourself
we
right
are.
now? Okay.
Yes.
Is there
yeah,
enough?
we have our own.
Is there enough differentiation in this product that the big food suppliers can't just tomorrow instantly say we're doing cashew queso?
Yeah, so we've tried just about every cashew queso, vegan cheese dip that's out there on the market. Our product is differentiated enough today. There's no doubt about it.
But I couldn't just recreate it from listing the ingredients that are on here.
It's a lot harder than it
Yeah,
looks.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
without
There's a process
without
to it.
exposing
Right.
the secret,
Sure.
can you convince us that you're doing something that is unique?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that there's taste, and then there's look, and then there's texture, and they all kind of play into each other.
Yeah.
And so solving all three of those things is really, really difficult to do. And so every other product that we've tried has had one of those components missing. So part of our secret sauce literally is making sure that all three of those components are on point. Yeah. And I think with anything in CPG, anything can be replicated. So a big part of it is building a brand, having a brand that you stand on, being able to innovate and come out in the market with improved versions, even impossible. I mean, coming out with a 2.0 that's even better than their first. I mean, it's a market that is, unlike technology where you can build a moat, it's a moat of are you consistently improving the product that you have out there. And so you guys are seeing us at month 2, and so I would imagine that by the time somebody is able to replicate anything near this, which will be at least a year, we'll already be on our version 2.0s that are better than this version.
And what is your next food that you're going to tackle?
So right now we're hyper focused on our core market right now, which is dips and sauces. And so we have other dips that we're working on that will be released by the end of the year, as well as other sauces. So we look at, I mentioned mac and cheese. We think that that's going to be a massive market, especially for food service. So, we're not focusing ourselves as just a Mexican food company. We're not specific to queso alone. We think the American applications of a cheese sauce and mac and cheese are equally as important to us. And then as we evolve, we look at our brand as a lot wider than just dips and sauces. When we look at ourselves as a real plant-based authority.
How big is the global market for dips and cheeses? And
I'm not entirely sure what the global market is. I know that the U.S. market's about $1 billion market.
Yeah, it's got to be huge.
Yeah. I just don't know how it translates globally. I'm not worried about it. I'm just curious if there's something there as well.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that looks globally.
Like I said, I think we can help you with this. I'm fascinated by this. I want to continue this conversation. I want you to come up to Dallas. I have some people that we want to try the product. We want to show the product to. I potentially want you to, when you're in Dallas, I want you to do a demonstration for my restaurant, the GM, my kitchen, all of that as well. I think it'd be really fun, don't you?
Yeah. Or you could just take them a tub of this and say, hey, can we put this on the menu?
Yeah.
That'd be way easier.
It would be. But again, it's a big change. I mean, it'd be awesome though.
I think you need to have both. You should offer traditional queso and
I agree.
magic queso.
I agree.
Credo queso.
Or just offer that and not just say it's queso. And see if people will be like, oh, we love your queso.
And
more than we
if
did
you use our
before.
branding, we're happy to help pay for the menu change as well.
Awesome. Anything else, guys?
Anything else?
No, I mean, I love the packaging too. I think it looks really nice.
And the logo.
Here's the thing. I wasn't really prepared for this meeting because I figured, okay, we're all about healthy CPG foods right now. So the fact that you were down here, I wanted to meet with you, but I didn't expect to like it.
Yeah, we wanted to meet with the healthier, better for you.
right. Yeah.
You know, we're taking a lot of those meetings.
Yes, like let's check it out.
Not many of them pass the this tastes as good as the original version.
No.
And this actually passed that test for me.
You know what else did? In our last
Cauliflower
episode,
pizza.
cauliflower
I'm a
pizza
huge
dough.
cauliflower pizza P1.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Which brand was it? Was it like the crust or?
It was
just a
it was
crust.
at Pie 5.
And then we pile meat on it, of course.
Yeah.
We pile meat on everything. We'll be dipping meat in that queso. Just so you know.
My little girls make cauliflower pizzas once a week. We just
Nice.
sit and,
Hey, anything to get more veggies in our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
totally.
awesome, though.
Well, that was my wife's mission, was sneaking veggies in our daughter's meal.
Yeah.
So if you look at the ingredients, it's got carrots, potatoes, tomatoes. Yeah, it's
So is
all
your
it's all
family
veggie based.
100%?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's lots of veggies that are in this.
There is,
Okay.
yeah.
It's not just.
They didn't
Cashews.
just milk a cashew.
I love this so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I mean, I'm just like, said I wasn't going to fall in love with any company on this trip. And I already have 4 times.
This is going to be an expensive trip for us.
It's going to be a really expensive trip for us. You have no idea. Oh boy. Okay, thank you.
We also, by the way, I know the spice level on the chori queso might be a little bit different for you guys, but we also have a version that we're working on that's more of like a hamburger helper. So
Oh, we like spice.
Yeah.
We like spice.
Like if you could crank
Throw
that
some
one up to, like,
jalapenos
we
in
have a
there.
spicy version of that one.
This is
Yeah.
medium. Yeah,
I'd be
we
in
should
on
try
that.
We do have a spicy version.
Oh, you have a
of that.
spicy
I do.
version of this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right,
This
cool.
is great.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks.
All right, this will be the first of many meetings.